Can you see? Can I see you though?
Yeah. No, you need to come a bit closer.
I need to come.
Yeah.
That's not you. You sure? Because it looks like your back's. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Charlotte. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Really, what I wanted to ask you is, when you found out you were pregnant with twins,
Yes.
what was your initial thought, and what made you then look for the services of a maternity nurse?
Okay. So, I hysterically laughed. Like manic laughter, which turned into hysterical tears for about 24 hours. Because I've got Evie, who was not even 2 at the time. I was thinking, how am I going to do everything with her as well? I was just scared, I think. And a twin pregnancy, it's pretty brutal. Well, my twin pregnancy was pretty brutal.
Right.
And if I'm being really honest, I'm quite an independent person.
Yes.
The majority
that's the
of the
one thing I
time.
do know about you. So yes. Yeah. So it's not easy.
And I didn't want help.
Right.
But I knew that I needed it.
But you needed it.
I knew that I needed you.
Yeah.
And loads of people when I was pregnant who had twins, I got in touch with a few people that had twins for some advice, and they all said, whatever it takes, throw every single saving, if that's what it means, throw every single penny that you have at help, because you're going to need it. And at the time I thought, that's ridiculous. What, spend all your savings on help? But that would be my absolute advice to anyone who is pregnant with twins.
Get help.
Get help. Get help.
But okay, but then what made you think about living help? Because with you being independent and really like a strong character, and then also you're a life coach as well, so actually having somebody in your home, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not easy to then just open up your doors, even if they are helping you, to then have this person there.
Well,
it's intense. Well,
it can be. There have been so many adjustments that I think my biggest lesson and my first huge adjustment was how hard the pregnancy was. And just surrendering to that, not going at 100 miles an hour every day like I was used to, because I was forced not to. And that was a huge adjustment. And then, so throughout this whole thing, I think my one word to use to summarize from pregnancy to birth to help to now is just surrender.
Surrender. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, and so when you came, I was like, right, that's it. You're the boss of these guys. And the first 2 weeks, if you remember, I was really tearful.
Yeah.
Not just because of hormones, but just because it was like, oh, these boys that I've just had, and I'm just handing them over. But I knew that I had to do that for A, my sanity, but B, for my daughter.
Yeah, of course, yes. The 2-year-old, yeah.
It was a lot of adjustment for her. It still is, over 3 months down the line. And so I forgot what you asked me.
No, I'm just saying, having somebody in your home, it's not easy. Because I mean, like, when you're in your most vulnerable moments, actually. So having somebody in your home, like, what if you didn't get on with me?
Yeah.
What if you didn't provide me with all that chopped herring?
Yeah, exactly.
And chopped liver? I would have been upset.
Yeah.
Plus you had a coffee machine.
Do you know what? I think, like, how do you adapt to any environment? How do you adapt to a new job, to a new cleaner, to a new partner? How do you adapt? And it's not always straightforward, but day 1 goes by very quickly, and then all of a sudden you're at week 2, and then
I was leaving.
Yeah, and the time goes really fast, and it's not as if you're a shy character, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
And you integrate yourself in, and
I know where the food cupboard's are.
Exactly.
I know where the coffee machine is. So as long as that happens, I'm fine.
And you know how to entertain 2-year-olds.
I do.
So you know, how do you open up your house? Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I think so. And like I said, because with your life coaching, you're telling other people how to get on with their lives. So then suddenly finding yourself, like like in that position where you're asking for help, but at least you know that you should ask for help. Whereas some people feel, oh, I shouldn't do that. I have to do this on my own. It's like they have to be a martyr. And I don't think what a lot of people realise is years ago, because people always say, well, what did people do before? Well, they had community around them. You had your family around. You're lucky your mum came here a lot, but a lot of people I work for in London, they don't have anybody.
That's the problem with the modern world and developed countries.
Yes.
It's the community for most is gone.
Yeah.
And it's the phrase "it takes a village." It takes more than a village.
Yeah.
And
that's so true.
You've just got to get your key people around you. And I think, had I not have had someone like you, I'm struggling now in different ways.
Yeah, but that's different, and
yeah.
But you've got over the initial sticky point, really.
100%.
I mean, there's still lots of things to happen because they're only a few weeks old still, really.
Yeah.
I
knew for the sake of my relationship as well. That was very important. I knew for the sake of my relationship I needed help. And the whole community thing, it's great if you have someone around the corner that can give you an hour or two in a day, but it's still not enough, especially when you're so sleep deprived with twins. And you've got to build your own community.
I think you also find out who your real friends are.
100%.
Who really offers proper help.
I really found out who my friends are, especially throughout the pregnancy as well. But I think with being a life coach, and listen, I've been on my own journey and I've got my own story in coming into that line of work too. But the work on yourself never ever stops. Circumstances present themselves to show us where we're not free. And those circumstances, they keep showing themselves all the time. So there's always work to be done for everyone. And this whole journey, this twin journey from pregnancy to now, the circumstances keep showing themselves to present where I'm not free. And I knew that they would. And I'm really lucky in that way that, listen, I've got all the tools in the box, and I help to heal people from all sorts of things, relationships, traumas, to get themselves into a position where they feel just happier in life. And I found myself in positions throughout pregnancy and now where I've really, really, really been struggling. But knowing that I've got you to call upon, my parents to call upon, I'm really lucky I've got those people.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. But at least, as I say, you've got over the worst parts. Well, to a degree, you have. And I just think now, and like I say, I think in a way, your saving grace was being a life coach, because you've also known that you have to take time out. You have to kind of let go of some things, and you can't do everything. So, and of course, the babies have decided to do a queue, so that means shut up and let's go. Thank you so much. That's it. Brilliant.
Was that okay?
Oh, I think it was brilliant.
Okay, good.